So if I had $1 for every opportunity and chance and thing that I've turned down in my entire lifespan up until now, I would be a very rich man. And for those of you that know me personally, you'll know that I'm a very, very overthinking, overcalculating type of person. I'm not that kind of person that can just go with the flow. Like everything needs to be thought out 100%, 10 times over. And that may seem quite mentally draining for others that aren't the same to think about, but for some reason in my head it makes me feel like I'm going to be able to have a plan at every stop and everything's kind of figured out already. And that's the wrong way to think. It's become apparent to me that due to my shy and timid personality, I've ruined my own skateboarding in a sense. Not in the sense of that it stops me from going skateboarding. Well, sometimes it does, honestly, but it stops me from taking risks and chances. Like if I'm trying to do something, I've got to think about it 10 times over, like I just said. And it takes me a long time to kind of warm up to the idea. And a lot of people are just kind of 3, 2, 1, go. They're able to commit and do it. But for me, for some reason, it takes so long to just try something new. Growing up, I was a very shy, quiet kid. I was almost too quiet. There was times where my mum had forgotten me at places due to the fact of me being so quiet and timid and not speaking up for myself. And I feel like a lot of skateboarders can probably relate, that feeling of going into the park and it's kind of somewhat busy and you may not know many people at the park and it kind of makes you feel like, oh, I'm just going to curl up into a ball and just go home, or you'll start making excuses in your head of why you should cut the session early, or you'll just come to a point where you're like, you know what, I don't want to put myself out there physically and literally. You don't want to go skate because you feel so shy and timid. And I hate that feeling. And if you've been following my channel for a while now, you would have seen that I've made videos on this topic a couple of years back, I think. I just feel like I'm trying to take a new stance with skating now, whereas I can be this is what I want to do. I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone. And I don't know if it definitely does hinder me that I am a shy and timid kind of person. I know that it probably doesn't seem that way because I have a YouTube channel, but I'm a very introverted, shy, quiet person. So when it comes to getting to the park and then flowing on the session with a bunch of people, it can kind of get tricky, especially if I'm there by myself and I don't know many people. I've kind of found a happy medium when it comes to that kind of thing. I'll just psych myself up and be like, you know what? I'm going to be that guy today. I'm going to say what's up. I'm going to be cheerful. I'm going to compliment someone. So basically what I've kind of put in place mentally to combat how timid I can be with skateboarding, I'll get up and then I'll be like, all right, I'm going to go skate. I'm going to bring the vibe to the park. Because when you're at the park and there's that one dude that just comes in and he's super vibey, positive. He's like, woo, yeah. Says what's up. It kind of makes you feel like, oh, this is cool. I'm on the session. I'm a part of something here. It kind of breaks the ice in a sense. And for a lot of shy people, that can mean a lot because often when you're a shy person and you go out to skate by yourself, you kind of feel very isolated. Not in the physical sense, but just in the mental sense. So someone saying what's up to you or complimenting you on your shoes or your skateboarding or whatever, your outfit, doesn't matter. It kind of breaks you out of that mold and makes you feel a little more kind of welcomed and you kind of fit in a sense. It's a sense of belonging is what I'm trying to get at. But I've been trying to be that guy. So I'll say what's up to someone. The other day at the park, I seen some guy covered in tattoos. I said what's up to him. I complimented his tattoos, stuff like that. It kind of breaks me out of my own shell doing that. So if I'm that person that can bring the vibe into the park, into the place where I'm skating or on the session, that helps me out so much more. It kind of lifts a weight off my shoulders instead of me just kind of rolling up and just keeping my head down and just kind of being very modest and timid on my board. I'm able to talk to people and say what's up. And that makes me feel like a different person in a way. I almost feel like I can switch from an introverted person to an extroverted person. So that's what I've been doing lately. I've been trying to get out of my comfort zone skating because being comfortable with anything sucks. You're just going to plateau and it's going to get boring. And you are actually going to regress because science has proven that whenever you're too comfortable doing something and it becomes routine, you pay less attention because you've done it so many times. So you're paying less attention to those go-tos that you may have been doing for years. So it's always good to learn new stuff just to add layers on for skateboarding anyway. And in life, I think as well, skateboarding kind of crosses over to life in many ways. This is one of them, being shy. It sucks. To everybody that is shy like me out there, try to push through it, try to like battle it and combat it, because at the end of the day, and I've said this before to you guys, it's only you versus you. You're the only one that is battling yourself. So look at it in that sense. Not everybody is kind of against you. Everybody's doing their own thing. Nobody cares. People are too consumed with their own lives, their own skating, whatever. Just do your own thing. Understand that it is a battle within. Skateboarding has always been a battle within. It's always you versus you. Even from when you were learning that first ollie to that first kickflip, nobody else was trying to hold you back from learning those things. It's only us in our minds. So basically, I'm just trying to combat that, because there's been so many times skateboarding where I've been invited out on sessions of people or suggested that I should try some trick on some feature that I haven't done before, and I've always been like, oh nah, I don't want to do it. Like, I want to stay in my realm of comfortability and just like remain here. You guys go ahead, you guys do it. And it kind of feels like you're taking up space in a sense, like you don't feel worthy of trying that trick in front of those people, or just like skating in general in front of those people. It's not a good mindset to have, because we're all there together skating, everybody's having fun. You need to be able to like jump in on the session and hang in there. I've been at parks with Dan, everyone's skating, throwing down, and there's that one skateboarder that comes in and you can tell they're still a beginner, and like they land that ollie down the force stair. Everybody gets so keen and hyped for them and like cheers them on. Like, it's a good feeling, because it just feels like you're kind of involved in something, as opposed to just kind of skating by yourself and like trying to do your own thing. It's much better to be open with people and enjoy skateboarding for what it is, because at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. We're all pushing around on a piece of wood with 4 wheels, doing tricks. And as much as I hate to say that, like, oh, skateboarding isn't a toy, it is a toy. It's a big toy, and that's okay, because people often judge you for being older and skateboarding. And I always clap back at those people, because you still get the dudes that are like 40, 50 years old out on a weekend playing soccer or playing rugby league. Like, they're still having a crack at it. Nobody bats an eyelid at it. But when you say like, oh, I'm going skating, blah, 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 they kind of look at you funny. Maybe that's just a social stigma. I probably don't need to trip so hard on it, but don't let other people tell you that skateboarding is lame, or that, oh, you're too old to skate, because like that whole argument is invalid. What I'm trying to get at with this video is that try to not be shy, as hard as that sounds, because I'm such a shy person myself. But I feel like when it comes down to it, it's like exposure therapy. The more that you expose yourself to those situations where you're able to like talk to complete strangers and that, it kind of lifts that weight off your shoulders. You feel like a more well-rounded human being. And just living in your head sucks. I've spent so much of my life living in my head. It is not a good place to be. Like, if you're able to be in your body and be present, like, things start to change and things look different. You gain a new perspective on life. I've been trying to gain this new perspective on skateboarding, and I've been trying to look at things differently. And honestly, something that helps me a lot is just watching skate vids. Like, I'll watch 2 or 3 different skate vids that I'm like really into, and that helps me kind of feel motivated to go on the session, because subconsciously I've already watched a bunch of skateboarding. My brain's already thinking about skateboarding, so when I get on the session I can start like picking and pointing at things that I want to try and do. That's just like a little bit of what I do to kind of hack my brain into like thinking about skateboarding in a productive, positive way. One of the main things I'll do, and this actually started since I was a kid, is like I'll plan my outfit the night before, because then like I have an outfit that I've thrown together, looks really cool, I feel really good in it. That gives me like a boost of confidence. That's like 25 XP of, you know, skate confidence, just dressing well, because when you look good, you feel good, you skate good. So I've always said that, pick your outfits. If you're into that kind of thing, I know a lot of people don't really care about skateboard fashion, but I genuinely have an interest in skateboard fashion, because it feels like it's another kind of layer to the whole game, and it's fun. But look at Dan, he doesn't dress that well. And he knows this. He said that he doesn't care about dressing well. He still shreds. So it really comes down to perspective. I like to be dressed as well as I can be for skating. Like I said, it adds that layer of confidence. But I'll plan my outfits and I'll watch skate videos. So that's like another 25 XP. And then like I'll listen to music too. Like, you know, some days where you put on your regular go-to music in the car and it just doesn't hit. So you got to like switch up the genres. I was listening to Hatebreed the other day driving down to the park to get me like psyched to like go in and skate, and just having that bit of like extra music to like pump you up helps as well. Helps me so much anyway. I know a lot of people don't really care about music, but as you can tell, I'm somewhat of an artistic person, so all of that kind of evolves around my life and it helps me with skateboarding in that sense to kind of boost me up in a way. Another thing that I like to do that kind of gets me motivated and pumped up and gets me out of that shy shell when it comes to skateboarding is just watch other people skate. Even if you go to the park and you push around, whatever, sit down, watch people skate, you'll see people rip, and it's so motivating because like the other day we went down to the new Landers Park for the first time and it was so busy we didn't really film anything, but I had such a fun time just being on the session, just watching people skate. It was so crazy to watch how like good people are at skateboarding, especially in Southern California. Like everybody is good, and I've always said that you won't find this level of skateboarding in any other places. Like back home in Sydney you won't find that same level. So being here in Southern California is such a blessing because I get to see skateboarding like that in real time. It's so amazing to watch, and just watching those people like flow around the park and do certain things, it kind of makes me think like I want to get good like them. I want to be able to like cruise around the park, scratch around on things, throw myself onto things and not like second guess it. It helps especially more if they're goofy. Like I'll watch goofy dudes flow around the park and I'll copy their lines. And I've even said to dudes like, oh, you're goofy, like I need to watch you to like follow your line around the park, because ultimately that kind of helps. It's like having that homework already done in your head. You're prepared, you're ready to go skate. Skateboarding is such a mental battle. I feel like it's mental more than anything really. And I've always dug myself into that hole of going skating and trying to plan every single line and every single trick, and I kind of overthink it all. And they say overanalysis is paralysis. It's true, because when I film Dan skate, he'll be like, I'm gonna do this here, I'm gonna do that there, and then I'll just freestyle the rest. And then in my head I'm like, Jesus, you're just gonna freestyle a 1 minute line? Okay. And he just does it. And sometimes I've applied that to my own skating. Like I'll be like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And then I'll roll up to the last feature and it's a quarter pipe, and I'll go for something that I've done before but haven't done in a long time. And it just works because I'm not overthinking it. I'm not overthinking everything about it. I've felt for so long that I had this problem with skating, and it's taken me some time to really look at it and be like, it's myself stopping myself. It's me versus me. It's because you are too shy, you are too timid. Like I've talked about this before. The first time I went out on a session with the Power guys, I couldn't do anything. I literally couldn't even do a 50-50. Like I was overthinking so much, and just being like, it's intimidating being around shredders too. But just know that someone skating that's better than you, they're not necessarily in their head going to be like, oh, this guy sucks. Why is he here? Why is he on the session? That's just your negativity in your brain. And often it's our ego, because our ego is there to protect ourselves. So we'll have negative mental talk like that to like stop us from trying things. But I encourage you guys to just push through. Try to think less and say yes more. That's been my whole thing. I've been trying to say yes to things. Like we're at Landis the other day and Spencer's like, we're gonna go hit these street spots, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, let's do it. I'm saying yes, just to kind of get myself out and just experience that exposure therapy. And I feel like it's helped so much. Like I had a bunch of fun, even though I got smoked last session, but just get out there and say yes to more. Don't live in your head so much. Enjoy skateboarding for what it is. You don't know what opportunities may come from saying yes. We definitely know all the opportunities that come from saying no, and that's none of them. So say yes to more things. Do your best to break out of your shell. If you're a shy skateboarder, I mean, most of the audience I have here resonates with me being shy like this. So if you're new here, what's up? I'm a shy skateboarder. My name's Sean. In other news, I've activated channel membership. So if there's anybody out there that watches my channel and you want to support a little further, there's different tiers and there's different perks of each tier. So I encourage you guys to check that out. We just dropped some new hats over at eveningmob.com. These are the hats here. It's a trucker hat. Really cool design. I printed these myself in-house. So these are all DIY, made by your boy. So go and pick one up, eveningmob.com. If you want to use code HOMIES15 at checkout, it'll give you 15% off your entire order. I've been giving out flags and stickers of each order now. So if you order one of these hats, I'll throw in a flag and some stickers. So I hope this video provides some insight for everyone out there that is struggling with the same things I have been. It's so crazy when you get to turn around and like realize why you've been doing something. Even if it's the most simplest thing, like just me saying no to things because I'm like shy and timid. I've finally accepted that I need to say yes to more and no to less. Within means, if someone offers me drugs or something, I'm obviously going to say no. But yeah, say yes to more, guys. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers for watching.